Hey, family, it's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach. I wanted to get on to talk to you all tonight once again about healing the parts of you that choose less. That's what I want to talk about. I am a certified relationship coach. I have been teaching and coaching. Hey, Tanya, see you, my love, for 15 years. And I love what I do. I feel anointed and appointed to do what I do. Good morning, my sister. Good evening, my sister. How are you? Listen, I don't got on my glasses and I can't even talk right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I am Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I'm squinting to Gary, you know what? Welcome. I am excited about tonight, y'all. I'm excited. I want to talk about healing the parts of you that chose less. And I was talking about this the other day when I was live yesterday. My family had this ginormous barbecue, and I was thinking, hey, Kelly, I see you, my love. And I was thinking, thank you for the daily heart me. I was thinking I might get on early in the day. It turns out that wasn't going to work because I had to be over there early. It was amazing. And I wanted to go live from there, but I was so busy because when I tell you they have so much food, oh my God, I was dropping whitings. I was cooking the whitings. And we was moving and shaking over there. There was so many people there. It was amazing. And every year, the second Saturday in August is when we have the barbecue. And my friends was coming through, all my the whole family, everybody was invited their friends. It was absolutely amazing. We had such an incredible time. And I really truly enjoyed it, but I didn't even have time to go live. I was too busy dancing, y'all. I promise y'all I was too busy dancing. It was going down. Look, it went all the way down, all the way. Yes, I had a wonderful time. So I said, let me get back on and follow up with what I was doing, because I never quite got finished talking about healing the parts of you that chose less, right? I never finished really talking about that. I think I got to step 2 and that was it. But I want to go over this because I think a lot of times we don't realize in a real way, and this is no shade to anybody, listen, I'm all about forgiveness. I'm all about self-love. I'm all about self-worth. But a lot of times part of the reason why we stay trapped in the cycle that we're trapped in is because, it's hard to forgive yourself. Especially when I know that God has already forgiven us for the things that we've done, the decisions that we made. It's not, none of us have it on lock. None of us. Not me, not anybody. There's no perfect person. All of our relationships and all of the things that we have experienced in our lives have helped to shape us and mold us into who we are today. It's just a fact. It is what it is. And when you begin to understand that thing, while it didn't feel good at the time, was really for your good, because it is reshaping who you are. It is reshaping what you're doing in your life and how you're going to respond if you run into a similar situation again, right? And so the reality is that while sometimes we allow shame and guilt and embarrassment and frustration and all of those things to dictate how we're going to move forward in our lives, the truth is we should be celebrating our victory and being overcomers. And I know that's easier said than done. I know that it is, because a lot of times we're in the mindset of I hate when I turn on this light, y'all, because then I can see every spot in my glasses, every single one. We are truly overcomers. And if we would look at this thing thank you for the follow, Ronnie. I see you. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you. Hey, Miss Missy. Thank you for the follow. Yes, I see you. Okay. I'm going back. I'm looking at the comments. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Seti said, I see you. How are you? Hey, Malika, I see you, baby. How are you? I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and all of that. But the reason why I'm saying what it is that I'm saying is because what we're supposed to do, and this is real talk, in relationships, when they fail, when they are not going the way that we want them to go, we're supposed to go through the grieving process. It's supposed to aggravate us, frustrate us a little bit, because we did give our all, or attempted to give our all to somebody, right? The idea behind that, though, is that you would learn the lessons that you need to learn about you so that you can find your way back home to yourself. And I know that sounds underhanded and maybe even a little twisted, but hear me when I tell you that the way that we get to where it is that we genuinely want to be is by embracing the fact that this was a lesson for us all. It's not an accident that you were drawn to and or attracted to a person who a lot of the times their dysfunction spoke to you. That's not an accident. There was something familiar about them. There were some things that we allowed and that we did because of our own upbringing, because it felt familiar. We didn't see it as anything wrong until you started getting all up into that good old heart space. But after careful examination of how they got there to begin with, what we tend to do, or what we can do, is examine that thing as a lesson, because it was never meant to keep us down. And part of the issue and the reason why this is problematic is because if you never heal, you never get to where it is that God has called you to be. And I'm saying this because it is so incredibly important to finally find your purpose and your calling in your own life. And what a lot of people do is they begrudge the process. They begrudge the process of healing and personal growth. A lot of people believe that it's just supposed to be easy and it's just a straight up trajectory into the life that it is that you want. But can I be honest with you? In any area of your life, it has never, I don't care if you built a business, I don't care if you wrote a book, I don't care if you were looking for a good job straight out of college, right? High school, whatever it was for you, right? I don't care what that was. It was never a straight shot. There were lessons being learned in every area of your life. And if you pay attention to the lessons that you've been learning, it's going to help you to understand that all of this stuff that you learned, and I promise I'm going to tell y'all this quick little story. My oldest son was working at this dope store that he really loved in the mall near me, right? He loved this job, but I think he was in his 12th grade year of high school. And he was like, Mommy, Mom, could you take me to work? I said, absolutely not. It was in the summertime. I said, get up, make sure you're there. Because I didn't coddle my sons at all. I ain't even coddle my daughter, to be honest. Thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. Thank you. I didn't coddle my daughters either. I'm kind of, I ain't really that soft, when it comes to kids. I think that being too soft clips their wings. And I'm not doing that. I don't want to clip my children's wings. I want them to learn how to fly. And so my son said, Mom, could you take me to work? And he used to get up and he loved this job, but he was late every morning. I said, okay. So one day he got a warning. The guy who was a manager of the store had warned him, like, you can't be late no more. What did he do? Ma, I can't be late. Can you take me to work? I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not. He goes, Ma, he came home. It broke his whole entire heart. Ma, I got fired. Really? And the guy was his friend. He said, I gotta let you go because it's a reflection on me as a manager. And this doesn't speak to, how I feel about you. We're friends. But I have to look out for me, right? Promise, my son wasn't late to work no more. The lesson that he learned in that is that people need people who are dependable to come into that job. And I could have gotten up and taken him to work. That would have been easy. I always had a car. It wasn't like it was a big deal. But I absolutely refused because there was a lesson in that for him. And I believe, and he learned something very valuable, and he don't be late for work anymore. He got to clock in. He got to clock in. That's what it is, right? Same situation happened to me. When I was working, I got suspended from my job for a whole month for being late. Didn't even make no sense. Why you late? Right? My point in me saying this to you all is that there are some valuable lessons that we learn as we go through life. And we can either be angry because there are consequences and repercussions for our decisions, and even when we do not know any better. Right? When we think that it's easy breezy and we could just do it however we want to do it, we will quickly learn, and I really mean this, we will quickly learn that that is not how it's supposed to go down. And when you learn that lesson in your life, it should help you to renegotiate your own thinking, right? It should help you to course correct so that you do things that are in alignment with what you want and who you are. Right? And so the reality of the situation is that my son learned a very valuable lesson, and now you can't pay him to be late nowhere. Right? Maybe if you're going out with his friends to go hang out. But outside of that, that's a no. It's a hard no. He gonna get there and he gonna be on time. Right? The reason why I use that as an analogy and a true story is because we think that our relationships are always supposed to be easy, but if we went straight to the top from 0 to 1,000, there were so many lessons that we would miss. If everything in our life was perfect, we wouldn't ever call on God. We wouldn't pray. We wouldn't do anything. And the reality of the situation is that hey, not my man. How are you? I see you. How you doing? We learn these valuable lessons to take our lives to the next level, right? You say you are correct, or that is so funny. That is so funny, Annie. I see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, so the reality is that this is what shifts us. This is what changes us. So if everything was lovely and everything was peaceful and everything was great, if everything was everything, we would never ever call on God. We wouldn't. Because if we got everything we need, everything is perfect, it's to be honest, wait a minute, I'm trying to unfilter this comment. I'm so sick of this. I don't know why I filter silly stuff. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, but the point is that if we're going to get to where it is that we truly want to be, we got to understand that. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much for the daily army. I appreciate you, sis. So the reality is we cannot get there unless we change and see the lessons in the things that we've done, right? Here's the truth. I needed to heal the parts of me that was okay with less. I needed to heal that. What was really going on inside of Kim when Kim was choosing less? What was it that was going on in my head and my heart? Where was my self-worth? Where was my value? Why would I pick and choose somebody? Why had I not done the introspection? Why had I not sat down with myself and wrote out what it is that I truly want to see my life become? Why hadn't I done that? Okay, so you go through school, you go through high school, you do all the things, you go to college, you get, you take your classes, you get your jobs, you do your things, blah, 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 blah. Your life is moving on. You never thought once, like you might have had a plan for everything else, but you didn't have a plan for your relationships. That's a problem. Real talk. Y'all hear my voice is hoarse? Because y'all know I was carrying on yesterday at that barbecue. Let me just tell y'all. Sister girl was carrying all the way on. I was carrying on. I was partying like, oh my God. First of all, let me just tell y'all this real quick. My family gives the dopest barbecue. Hey, Brooks, I see you. My family gives the dopest barbecues, but here's the thing, y'all. Let me just tell y'all this real quick. I was acting up so bad dancing. Oh my God, I was in traction all day today. Can I tell you I had to lay down most of the day today? I had to lay down. And then I was supposed to go to my nephew's. I need 3 roses in 15 minutes, y'all. I know we could do 3 roses in 15 minutes. Let's go, y'all. Come on here. Yes, thank you. And so, like my nephew is performing at SOBs in Manhattan. Hey, Exquisite. I see you, my love. How are you? I see you, baby. He's performing at SOBs in Manhattan tonight, and I was supposed to go, so I jumped in the shower, and I just decided it's so late, I'm not even going to go, because the show started at 7 o'clock. He sent the bus to come and pick up the whole family, and I didn't know what time the bus was coming, so I ended up missing it, so I didn't go. And I'm so disappointed because this is their first time performing in New York. They be in Paris, they be all over the place, but this is his first time performing in New York. The name of his they rap. It's called The Stress Gods. He is amazing, and I can't believe that my same quiet nephew, always in my house, is up on stage. It blows my mind every time I see them in their videos and everything. But anyway, I couldn't go, so I'm gonna catch him when he go live again. I mean, when he does the show again, because I just didn't make it. I was in traction all day from partying last night. Oh, it was lit. Oh my God. But anyway, let me get back to what I got on here to talk about. So hey, Exquisite, I see you, my love. I see you, sissy. I just love her to pieces. Y'all gotta rock with Exquisite. Exquisite is amazing. You subscribed? Awesome. That's awesome. Not my man. That's awesome. I'm glad you did. So, there was something inside of me that was okay with choosing less. And I honestly believe that it came from my upbringing. It didn't have anything to do with anybody else trying to give me less. It's the way I saw myself. And so I was willing, I always saw my mother, she would take a pot of beans with, some collard greens, or do something with, she would make a whole meal, cornbread, everything, with a little bit. And she stretched it and fed her kids. You understand? And that was normalized because it really wasn't any abundance, if that makes any sense. Like, okay, sure, we could go to the store and get potato chips, but I was used to black eyed peas and rice, right? And instead of just regular chicken legs and sometimes all the different parts, we might have had chicken backs. I need for y'all to hear me. So somewhere there was some sort of a conditioning in me that said, which is a good thing in a way, that you work through whatever it is, right? You work through it, you'll figure it out, and you'll figure it out together, right? So there was some conditioning that I had understood for all relationships. Like, if we're going to be in a relationship, we're going to work through it, we're going to work together. But that went from being that to me accepting less. And then accepting less became the way that I engaged. Because if I can be honest, hey Tanny, I see you. I need one more rose to do my I see you, sister. I need one more rose to do my, what do you call that? The flash gold. Yes. Yes. So y'all get what I'm saying? And thank you, Exquisite. Thank you, baby. Cause I'll never make my flash gold. Thank you, Lacey. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But I kind of had this mindset, and not even consciously, right? It was an unconscious mindset because I had always seen make do with what you have. That's a mindset. And for most of us who weren't born like old money born in the African American community, you know, the old money born, like if you got money, both your parents, they doctors, they whatever, lawyers, whatever, you kind of can get into this mindset because we wasn't rich, we was poor, right? My mother worked hard, but we still didn't have, my mother had 6 kids, like, you know, like, stop playing, right? I'm the baby. But my point was, I got more than any of them got because I'm the baby, right? Okay. But with that being said, good evening, favored mind. I see you. The part of the issue with that is my level of thinking towards myself, right? Because somewhere, somehow, I believed in my mind back then that settling and trying to make do with whatever was okay. It was acceptable. It's not acceptable. But at the time, I didn't know that because all I had ever seen my mother experience was struggle love. We're going to take these two. We're going to get this chicken. We're going to do this. We're going to make some black-eyed peas and rice. Wasn't nobody eating steak, and I don't mean that in the literal, but I don't mean that literally we wasn't eating steak. I just mean that, y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean, right? So because I was accustomed to struggle love, I chose less. And so I needed to heal the parts of myself. I needed to work on that. That was always okay with the less. What was that about? Right? Like, wait, Kim, wait. It took me years. It took me years to realize that I deserve more than that. And we got it out the mud in these parts. We got it out the mud in these parts. Right. Right. And it's a mindset that we don't even understand our value. We don't understand our worth. And this is not just for women. This is for men and women. Because everybody wanted the beautiful girl in school. Everybody wanted the girl with the long hair. You know, she was beautiful. She was this, she was that, she was this, she was that. And if you weren't that, then you settled for whatever. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just keeping it 100. Because the boy like you. Or because she like you and she the finest girl in school. And if you got her attention and you really doing something, so people started opting for what is beautiful or is inherent in a man to go after what is beautiful. It didn't matter whether she had substance or not. It didn't matter. Scarcity mindset. That's right, not my man. That's exactly right. Because of how we were reared and raised. So the dysfunction that we were dealing with, right? The dysfunction that we have, the mindset of scarcity will have you accepting whatever it is that somebody wants to give you. And so that needed to change. And that's why I wanted to talk about that today. I wanted to talk about that tonight because I realized that the only reason why we chose less is because we didn't know any better. And that was an area of our lives that we just grew to be familiar with. I don't know many people, especially in our communities, that were born with a silver spoon in their mouths. I don't know. And perhaps there was some real strong middle class families, and you lived in a neighborhood where everybody was middle class and everybody had this and that, and if one person had a nice jacket or coat, everybody could afford to get it. That's not how I grew up. Although I grew up in a house and all of that, it understand the importance of mindset. Understand the importance of a lack of self-worth. When that's what it was. Understand when you reach a certain age, there is a genuine fear of being alone. And I'm not talking about this big age that I am now. I'm talking about when I was younger. What was the goal to get married and have a couple of kids? The goal was to find ourselves in a good place, right? And have, quote unquote, the white picket fence. And if somebody asked you to marry them and you liked them a lot, or you was falling for them or whatever because you guys were dating, usually it was a yes, because you liked them well enough to date them. The issue with that is, underneath all of that was, when are you gonna have kids? The whole family. When are you gonna get married? You ain't got no kids yet. What? Oh, you can't. Well, where's your husband? Like, what is going on? Blah blah blah. If you got kids, but why y'all didn't get married? And all of the things. And there is a real genuine fear that goes on in the heart of younger women. And it's the truth. I mean, y'all might not agree with me with that, but I know it's the truth because they hear it all the time. When are you going to get married? When are you, where is your husband? People are always asking crazy questions. Why are you not dating anybody? Blah, 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 blah. Y'all got what I'm saying, right? There is a real fear, and it may not be today, but it used to be when we were younger, a genuine fear of being alone or unloved. Right? And then some women were just out getting their college degree and doing their thing. For men, it's more that now, at our big age, fear of being alone, fear of being unloved, right? Except that now, at this particular juncture, it's almost like, that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, no shade. It's very difficult. Some women see marriage as a goal. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Scarlett, how are you? I see you. And so at the big age that we are now men may want to settle down even more because now you're getting older. You done played and did all the stuff that you wanted to do, right? And I'm not saying every man, don't mistake that. It's never every with me or all. But I'm saying this because I really need you to understand that sometimes we believe that is the case, that we're not going to meet anybody, that we're not going to find out happy, we're not going to have any kids, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. The reason why I say this is because these are the reasons why we usually choose less. Because again, as Not My Man said, we have a scarcity mindset. We have a scarcity mindset. And so that needs to be changed if we're going, I sure did and regret it to this day. You sure did what, baby? Brooks? I sure did and regret it to this day. What did you regret? Right? Sometimes our childhood upbringing and our past relationship patterns teach us, this is as good as it gets. When that is not the truth. Oh, you got married. Right. Because your husband came. Like, what's going on here? Right. Oh my God, yes. But the reason why you shouldn't really regret it, Brooke, and I'm going to tell you, is because there's so many lessons, baby, in the things that you've experienced in your life. Right? There are so many. Glenda, hey, baby. Yes, there are so many lessons and blessings and what you've experienced in your life. That's why I don't live with regrets. I make choices and decisions rooted in what I'm going through, how I feel sometimes. But I'm clear that no matter what I do, I'm going to learn something from it. And I always ask God, what's the lesson in this, right? I chose less. I was running from the toxicity in my own family that I chose the opposite. Yep. You chose the opposite or you chose the same? Thank you for the daily heart, me, Tanya. I see you, baby. Listen. I know you chose the opposite. So it was dysfunction in your family, Tanny, and you chose somebody who wasn't dysfunctional. Okay, got you. Even lessons turn to exactly. All of it is a blessing if you ask me. That's why I don't have any regrets. I am not upset, angry, frustrated, nothing with my ex-husband. I think he is dope. He is an amazing person, and I always wish him well, right? But I learned that from Kim. Do not begrudge, right? Like, listen, thank you. And then you know what I did? After a while, I adjusted my crown and held my head up high. Thank you. Because if it had not been for him and the shenanigans, I most definitely would not be where it is that I wanted to be. I don't think that I would have grown as much as I've grown without him. I needed that experience to send me back to myself, right? Because I needed, okay, they are blocking y'all comments. For what? They ridiculous. Subconscious limiting beliefs, facts. That's right. Hey, Lacey, I see you. Lacey said I'm commenting. Yeah, y'all share this out. Wait a minute. I want to share it out because I didn't. I did not. I am sharing it out. Okay. Yeah. So the reality of all of this is that mindset, no matter what I experienced as a child, no matter what I've done as an adult, has helped me to become better. Those are just some of the reasons why we choose less. But again, I'm kind of quickly going over too, because I talked about this the other night, the cost of choosing less, right? The cost of choosing less is like you train your heart to accept less and accept crumbs, right? And I'm going to go right after this, I'm going to get into something else, because I want to talk about the steps to getting better, right? The cost of choosing less is your mind starts to normalize dysfunction, right? Until it can't take it no more, right? Y'all ever be on your way somewhere doing something, whatever, and you start to feel a particular way about it? And you're like, wait, I don't even know if I should go that way. And in your spirit man is saying, don't go this way, go the other way. It's stuttering. Is it okay now? Is it going in and out, y'all? I'm gonna drink some water. It's going in and out? Okay. Let me fix this. Let me take it off of this. It's going in and out? Okay. Let me fix this. Let me take it off of this. Sometimes I shut off my Wi-Fi in order that it won't so it won't do that. It's better now, y'all. Is it better? Okay, I don't know. It's better. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, it's better. Okay, great. Thank you. So if we train our hearts, because of our mindset, to accept less or accept crumbs, because for whatever reason, that's what we believe we deserve, for whatever reason, right? Because for whatever reason, that's what we believe we deserve, for whatever reason, right? If we do that, that's exactly what we're going to... It's not loading. What's not loading? What's not loading? What's not loading, y'all? Y'all talk to me. It's freezing now? Oh, boy. All right, I hate this. Let me see. I can't get my thing to come back on. Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm good now. Okay, I turned my Wi-Fi back on. I'm gonna see how this thing rocks out. Okay, all right. So if we're training ourselves, because people say you're asking for too much, or these men want you to submit. Ain't nobody submitting to these men, you know. Y'all done heard that, okay? And these women, you know, they asking for too much. Like, you breadcrumb your own self when you believe that. But it's a mindset, right? And then all of a sudden, we begin to say, well, they're going through it like that, and this other couple over here is going through it like that. And hey, Shannon, I see you. I see you. And because they're going through it like that, right? Then I should just get, you know, deal with this because that's normal. That's what couples are going through, and that's not true. It's not that some couples aren't going through that, but the couples that are around you that are going through the similar things are still in a lack and scarcity mindset. Hey, Heartsome, I see you, baby. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Didn't mean to send that. Was trying to let you know it wasn't free. Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So with that being said, it's like, you know, you have to get in the mindset of not dealing with scarcity and lack, right? Mindset, to get away from that mindset, right? So this is what I wanted to get to because I talked about this on Friday night. But these are 3 common reasons why people choose less for themselves, right? These are 3 common reasons. And if something identifies with you, just, you know, ouch and amen, no shade. The fear of being alone, which I already discussed. Many people stay in situations that aren't healthy because the thought of starting over feels scarier than staying stuck. The unknown can feel more threatening than the pain they've already adjusted to. My God. That right there. Can we talk about that? How many of y'all know people like that? I know y'all know people. It might not even been you. You know people like that. You know people who are in relationships just like that. I promise you, I know you do. I know you do. I'm not even trying to be funny. People who are in these relationships, and the reality is it's not healthy at all, but they would rather stay in that than to begin again because they don't know what they're going to get. They're used to that level of pain. The headache you have versus the migraine that may be coming. Right, exactly. And that's crazy. But I used to be okay with that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I used to be okay with that. Like, I was going to make it work. I was going to make it work. It was going to work. If I had to drag it and lift it up and put it on, like, you know, and stand it up, it was going to work, right? I'm telling you. It was no lesson learning in it for me. It was just going to work. It had to. There was no other way. right? And yep, I did it for 10 years. Right, exactly. Desperation makes you do the unthinkable. Absolutely. Hey, Carp Omnia, I see you. Thank you for the daily heart, me. I appreciate you. Right? Low self-worth. Low self-worth. Right? When someone doesn't truly believe they're worthy of more, they accept less and call it enough. We're doing enough. It's just enough. They don't talk to you. They don't communicate with you. They don't tell you how they feel. They don't listen to you when you talk. They don't want to be intimate, truly intimate with you. Hey, K. Steffi, thank you for the daily heart, me, sweetie. I appreciate you. That scares me. Okay, what particular part of that scares you, not my man? Yes, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you for the greeting heart. Yes, everybody. Are you new to the room, K. Stephanie? Are you new? Carp Omnia, are you new? Being stuck. If you're new, put new in the chat so we can love on you the way that we love on you up in here. Yes, 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 yes. So listen, y'all love up on K. Stephanie, love up on Carp Omnia. Yes, love up on them. Y'all know how we do up in here. Love on them and let them know welcome and welcome them into the room, into the family. Like, let them, welcome them in. Yes, yes, God is good. Thank you for the confetti. Appreciate you. So, not my man, what were you saying? Being stuck in that kind of relationship with no real intimacy, right? They don't really talk. They don't talk to you about anything. They just get up. You talk to each other, but you talk to each other in passing. You don't really enjoy each other, right? There's no holding hands. There's no going to the movies. There's no, dinner dates. You're just existing and coexisting with each other. Like, there's some clap back, a little bit of fussing, or what you want to eat for dinner tonight. But outside of that, there is no true intimacy. It's like there's a block up, there's a wall. I'm not letting you come in. Either they're doing it or you're doing it. But it's in either way, it is causing a rift in your relationship, right? You know how many people are in relationships like that, but they are afraid for real. But they call it enough. Look at Heartsome. Heartsome got reached level 10. Yes, let's go. I see you, my love. I see you. Right, but then they sit with that and they be like, no, that's okay. Like, we good. We're good. I know somebody going through that right now. But they don't have real intimacy. And it's crazy to me. But to each his own, because you got to want to change your life. It's not up to anybody else to be like, oh, well, you should do this. Thank you, Heartsome. I appreciate that. Oh, my God, the budding heart. I love that. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Wait a minute. Where Reese says someone needs to go. Yes, but because you're comfortable in a thing, a lot of times people don't go. They don't go. Can I tell you how important I think it is for me? I don't know about y'all. To be with my best friend. Because y'all know I'm silly, right? I get on here, I got jokes every night, I'm acting up, and I think I am hilarious. Like, I need to be able to do that with my man. I need to be able to do that with my man. I need to be free enough that even in the moments when I'm quiet and I'm being still and I'm reading a book and I'm not overly talkative, I'm not saying anything, because there's a lot of levels and layers to me. And, thank you, sweetheart. I need that level of friendship and connection that we don't always have to be. Thank you, Malika, for the daily heart, me, my love. Hi, Susie. I see you. Yo, say what? Thanks. I see. Let me see. Okay. How do you handle feeling you're less than, not good enough? Wow. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. Stick around. It's coming because that's what's next. How we move from where we are to where we want to be. That's coming up next. That's coming up next. Low self-worth will definitely have you repeating, staying. It will shift your mindset, right? When you don't think very much of yourself, and I'm guilty. I'm not even talking about y'all. I mean, if you catch the wave, catch the wave. But this is where my head was, right? Bamboo, I see you, baby. How are you? I see you. How are you, baby? Welcome back, welcome back. And dealing with a lot of mess from others. I'm going to get to this. Past trauma, rejection, or constant criticism can train a person to see themselves as undeserving. Let's talk about that. Love conquers all. Even if there's a little in free will, then things will work if it's dual-sided. Okay, yes, and keeps one stuck, right? Because when people keep telling you, you ain't nothing, you ain't never going to be nothing, don't nobody want you, who else is going to want you, oh my God, you lucky I'm with you, oh my God, this, that. Can I tell you? If you keep listening to that long enough, it will break you down. Because there is no way that you can stay with somebody who is speaking those things to you and understand and know that, or think that that is something that is good and going to help you throughout your life. Like, you slowly will shrink, which goes against your own God consciousness. Because God didn't make you to be less than. So although it hurts at some point, hopefully we wake up and then begin to see ourselves the way that God sees us. Me, it's the me for me. They just lost one. Absolutely. Edification and elevation is key. Absolutely not my man. What I love when I can learn some from my lady and I can teach her gracefully as well too. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's manipulation. Once a manipulator knows what you've been through, they'll use it against you. And you know what? I'm going to talk about that. Thank you, Reese, for saying that. I'm going to pin this. I want to pin this comment. And the reason why I want to pin it, Dr. Yolanda, I think she took her grandson out for his birthday. But I want to pin this comment. Once a manipulator knows what you've been through, they'll use it against you. Do you know, can we talk about vulnerability just for a minute? Allow yourself, vulnerability is just opening yourself up and pouring, and whenever need be, being comfortable enough to open up and share. You don't start out like that, though. You can't throw up on people or allow people to even throw up on you. You've got to be careful with that. And I tell people how you build up trustworthiness in relationships is you share a little, and they share a little, and you share a little, and then they share a little, and then you share a little, and they share a little. If you share a little and they don't share nothing, that's not a safe space. What we tend to do, thank you, Christine, for the follow, and thank you for the daily RV, my love. Thank you. Use precaution, right? Absolutely. Can our TikTok be friends? I will support you. Yeah, you can, of course, send me a friend, the follow thing or whatever. Yeah, of course. So part of the issue, right, is that sometimes we throw up or we let people in too quickly, right? I'm not saying mistrust people. I'm telling you, we already know part of the lessons that we learned is everybody that's skinning and grinning in our face is not always for us. So we need to use wisdom and discernment, and you know the Spirit by the Spirit. So if you speak, one of my closest girlfriends, let me just tell you this. When we first started talking, she's from the same town I'm from. So we familiar, we got the same friends. And I don't know if I sent her a friend request or she sent me one. But I saw the body of work that she was doing, right? And from that body of work and watching her go live and watching her videos and all the things that she was doing, I said, she's amazing. I really dig this sister. This sister got it going on. Didn't know her. She had just done like her first retreat or maybe her second retreat. And I saw it, but I couldn't go then. One was coming up. And I said, the next time she do a retreat, I'm going to be there because she is absolutely amazing. Her and I got to talking one day in the inbox, and then we exchanged phone numbers. And me and her talk almost every single day. And we are so goal oriented because she has a business and so do I, right? So we're always working things out. I've shared stuff with her that I didn't share with my best friends. Promise. I see the nature, I see how she protects and how she covers and how she loves. I'm just watching her character from afar at first. And then I realized, I said, yo, that's going to be my sister. You know how you meet somebody, you be like, I just love that, they spirit. They are so dope. They're kind, they're generous. Like, I just love her spirit. She's awesome. Me and her got on the phone and started talking, and we've been talking ever since. And then she's like, I don't know if at first she thought I was just wanting coaching or something from her, but I didn't need that because I already had a coach. I just liked the person as she was. And over the next couple of months, I trusted her more than I trust a lot of people. Because you know the spirit by the spirit, right? And I didn't throw up on her about my life. We slowly just built over week 1, week 2, month 1, month 2, month 3. And I began to see her character and who she was. And I'm talking about sister to sister, because when I tell y'all she's a dope coach, she don't teach on relationships. She teaches for business, the business side of things, right? But my point is that that's how we have to let things eke out. A natural flow. You begin to see that you can trust people. Right? So being vulnerable is not your enemy. Being vulnerable is your friend. That's where you're going to find out if the rubber meets the road. Just don't throw up on anybody. Quick with the quickness. What you do, character display. Absolutely. And when you watch how they handle other people, then you know how they're going to handle you. It's the equivalent of being around people who all they do all day is gossip and talk about other people versus people who are always talking about business and elevation. You go around the people who gossip all day, what do you end up doing? Gossiping. We ain't doing that. No, we are elevating our consciousness. We're picking up books. She's like, oh, sis, did you read this book? Next thing I know, she's like, such and such got a new book out. And she said, I just sent it to you in the mail. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, sis, I ordered it. We're going to read it together, and then we're going to discuss it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's all books about elevating one's consciousness, right? It's all about leveling up. So when you meet somebody and their level of consciousness is not in that area and you checking how they're moving, because you got to pay attention to how people are moving, vulnerability is going to help you find out who they are. All you got to do is let out a little bit. Just a little bit. Something that may be a little bit hard, but not your whole life story. Right? This is real talk. Right. It's be a slow leak. Can you recommend any? Oh, I got a whole bunch of recommendations. Oh my God. Y'all ain't ready for my book recommendations. One of my favorite books, one of my all-time favorite books is The Shack. Have y'all ever read The Shack? I know people saw the movie. No, the movie, y'all know the movies don't do nothing. The book. Good evening, good evening, good evening, Tiffany. I see you. The Shack. It'll bless your whole life. I promise. It will bless your whole entire life. And it's a good read, too. It's a little crazy in the beginning, breaks your heart. But it's a good read. I promise. It'll blow your proverbial mind. Yes, it will. 3 Magic Words. Outliers. Oh God, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's Dale Carnegie. My library is extensive. I do a lot of reading. For which one? For which one? What author? For which one? For which book? How to Win Friends and Influence People. Three Magic. The Shack. The Shack was written by William Paul Young. William Paul Young, and it's a picture of an old shack on the front of the cover. Bake your whole noodle. It's gonna bake your noodle. Promise. Share some on your page sometime. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do some reels with the books that I recommend, and you know, give a short little synopsis of each book. I'm gonna start doing that because I believe that when we elevate our consciousness, we change our lives. Period. Right? Hi, Rob. I see you. How are you? So yeah, so we want to be about that. We want to be about elevated consciousness, right? So here's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Our familiarity with dysfunction. It keeps us in chaos, inconsistency, a lack of respect. Real talk. Thank you, Susie, for the confetti. I appreciate you. It keeps us in a perpetual state of chaos in our lives, right? Oh, wow. Susie reached level 13. The brain can mistake familiarity with safety. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, baby. I don't know why people criticize The Shack. People criticize it, you know, because of what Sarayu and Papa, you know, that book was amazing. Listen, people mad, they could be mad, but that book was fire, and I promise that book was written under the spirit of the Holy Ghost. Promise. There is no way that book was not written under the spirit of the Holy Ghost. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I see God in everything. Thank you so much for the level up, Sparks. I see you. So when we become familiar with the dysfunction, chaos doesn't even feel like chaos all the time. It's like if you were raised around people who gossip, that's normal. Raised around people who backbite, talk about everybody as soon as they walk out the room, that becomes normal. But when you're not raised around that, it changes your life. So it can feel, because it's familiar, it can feel safe, but it's not. It's not. I was lazy. I listened to it. Y'all gonna make me read it tonight. That book, I'm trying to tell you, it is fire. It is fire. It's game changing. Really. I'm not making that up. It'll change how you do things, deal with everybody. Let me tell you, so not for nothing, Malika, let me tell you something. That's what made me forgive everybody. That book right there. That book right there. Yes. Here is how you correct all of the behavior that I previously talked about. You have to, the fear of being alone, you have to learn to feel safe in your own company. This is how you begin the process of that, right? You start building a solo life that feels full. This is just one of the ways, right? Thank you, not my man. You sharing it out. I gotta share it out. Let me share it out. You start building a solo life that feels safe. You start doing some things, right? That are in alignment with what it is. Oh, I'm done. Doing some things that are in alignment with what you know you want for your life, for your own life, right? So start filling up your life with the things that you genuinely want to do. This is how you change. This is how you move from being in dysfunction, feeling alone. You then begin to build a life that you want. So one of the things is engage in new hobbies, explore new places, invest in your personal goals, right? Practice short, intentional moments of solitude. That's the money shot right there. Learning to sit with yourself. Learn to sit with yourself. Real talk. When you begin to enjoy your own company, fire. Absolute fire. When you begin to embrace solitude and just sit with yourself, and I do it 3 hours every. Do you really? I was told I need to do that. Yes. Yes. Now, my man, why is it filtering your comment? These people be getting on my nerves. Yeah. Learn to be comfortable in your own company. Can I tell you that, said, I didn't know you did that for 3 hours every day. That's it did it again. Oh, it did it again. Yeah. Yeah, it's very healthy. What is part of your regimen, said? What do you get up? You pray, you sit and read the Bible. What are you doing? Thank you, heart son. What are you doing, said? I'm curious. I gotta drink some water. Thank you for the daily heart me. Thank you, baby. So, part of this, in order to get used to doing this, practice, again, short, intentional moments. When you get up in the morning, you start with 5 or 10 minutes. No TV, no nothing. Just sit with yourself. Process your thoughts. Write them down. Journal. Read the scripture. You pray, study your word, and talk with God. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's up, said. That's what's up. You can go for a walk by yourself. Just get up and start walking around your neighborhood or whatever. Like, pay attention to that. So being alone won't feel like abandonment. And can I tell you something? I'm bad at this because I like it so much. I like to be by myself. And I think it's gotten to the point where it's overkill, if that makes sense. Because I like my own company. I don't really, prayer, meditation, then devotion for me. Yes, Essence. I see you, boo. Yes. Thank you. If I'm being really honest, thank you for the follow. Right? I also reflect on anything I notice different about a change I've made. There you go. There you go. That's what it is. Right? And even a shift in your thinking, like, because you know what I do? Because I like being by myself a lot. There are days when I say, you know, a thought will come running through my mind that's just nuts. And I'll be like, that's not true. Because now I observe my thoughts without being attached to them. I hope that makes sense. Like, I can have a real thought and then rebuke it. And it does not affect me. It's like, oh. And then I'll be like, why did you say that, Kim? Why are you even thinking that? That's absolute nonsense, because you know, and then I come back with an affirmation. Because it's the only way to cancel out the negative energy that you may be experiencing here and there in your life. Because we all have that, right? The enemy ain't after your stuff, he's after your mind. That's what he's after. He's after your mind. He's not after nothing else. If he can get your mind, he got everything. Anyway. Right? So we want to be mindful to beat the enemy back with positive affirmations, with prayers, with scripture, right? We want to speak what God said about us and not what the world says about us, right? Because, yeah, we're flawed, but we also beautiful. And you could be both simultaneously, right? That's how I feel about it, right? So, yeah, sometimes I have negative thoughts and then I check the thought. I'm like, where'd that come from? That is not of God. Like, that is some tomfoolery. That's exactly what I say, and I keep it moving. I'll be like, because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I don't even know what that's about. And I just keep moving. Because you had that kind of day. Oh, you did, Susie. And you had to cancel it out, right? The foolishness. All went well. Give gratitude. Yes, okay, wonderful. Because, yeah, sometimes I have those kind of days where it's just like, I'm like, where's this coming from? Because that's not how I feel about me. I don't even understand what's going on here. Because it's nonsense. That's what it is. It's all nonsense. You have to remind yourself, right? Real talk, that you are your own safe space. You have to remind yourself, I am my own safe space. I also go back and read anything that helped me to get where I am today as a reminder. Yeah, what are you thinking? Also, didn't beat myself up. Good. That's what you do. That's quite literally what you do. That's what I do. That always wins. That always works for me, right? The other thing is, you begin to celebrate the small wins. When you do good, give yourself credit. You didn't have to complete the entire project today, but if you completed a part of the product today, give yourself the credit for completing part of the project. Stop being upset that you didn't get the whole thing done. Give yourself some grace. You're not going to get everything perfect. Everything is not going to be all right, right? But understand that, wow, I did accomplish all these other things. I may not have done X, Y, and Z, right? But I did accomplish Z, Y, and X, right? Got it. That's what we need to be, because this is how you change your life one step at a time, right? Give yourself permission to thrive. Give yourself permission to accept the fact that everything won't be perfect, and you still can get through, and you can still change your life. And it's just one step at a time. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace, right? So for low self-worth, this is what I had to do. I literally had to ask myself this question. How did I move from low self-worth to rewiring the way that I see myself, right? I always had to challenge my negative self-talk. I had to make true statements as evidence of my strengths. So, personally, I've been through a lot in my life. So sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit, off kilter, I have to remind myself that I am an overcomer. I'm like, girl, you a beast. Yo, you got it going on. Do you know who you are? I have to literally give myself a little pep talk about what I've overcome and how strong I am to have survived all that I've been through. You have to do that for yourself, because nobody else is always around. You might have a girlfriend or guy friend or two, yo, man, look, you changed. You're not the same person that you used to be, but you can have that same conversation with yourself, right? Because who knows better than you what you do and how much you've conquered and overcome, right? I see we are conquerors. That's why I use that word. I tell myself, boss up, right. Or stay average. It's up to you, but I know who I am. I'm bossing up. I have bossed up. I ain't got to boss up. I'm going to keep bossing up. But I know who I am. If the enemy wanted to get me, he should have got me before I knew who I was. Because he can't touch me now. He can't touch me. And I really mean that. Because God's opened my eyes that even with my flawed self, God is saying you're flawed and you're still beautiful in your heart, right? And I still created you for such a time as this, because you still my daughter and you're amazing, right? And not amazing when you're trying to be better than anybody, but I want you to begin to see yourself the way that I see you. And when you begin to do that, everything begins to shift in your life, because you're not seeing yourself as insignificant or small or settling for or like you're not enough. You begin to see yourself like you're more than a conqueror. Like you literally begin to see yourself like that. Because when you realize all that you've been through and all that you've overcome, you begin to shift. Like, wait a minute. I used to think that was a bad thing. No, I'm starting to see that I win. That like I'm a champion. Like I'm supposed to be here. Like I'm here to make a difference. Like I'm not small, right? Like I'm not better than anybody, but I'm dope. And you can literally say, I am super dope without feeling any particular way. Like you gotta make it minimize who you are and how you show up in rooms. Like you are amazing and you need to know that. Now, I can't convince anybody that they're amazing. I can tell them what I see. I can tell them how much I appreciate who they are and what I see in them. But that's not going to shift. That's not going to move the needle. What moves the needle is when you study the Word of God. I promise y'all, I'm not making this up. And you begin to see yourself from Genesis to Revelation. Jeremiah chapter 1. Verses 4, I think, through 12 or 14. As you read that, when God says to Jeremiah, he said, I'm too young. You know, God is talking to Jeremiah. He says, you know, I'm making you a priest amongst the nation, prophet amongst the nations. I can't remember every single word. And what Jeremiah said to God was, I'm too young. Like, I don't have it. I don't have what it takes. And God said, don't say that. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. That's the same thing for all of us. Just stick your name in. Because we be afraid to show up and own all that we are for fear of being rejected, right? Because that's where we come from. We come from the mindset of lack, the mindset of poverty, the mindset of not enough. But when you begin to wrap your head around who you really are in Christ, baby, that changes the whole entire game. It changes the whole entire game. And people don't really understand that. But that's where can I tell y'all, that's what we working towards here in this room. Because once you heal, you're able to love. 1 in 5, yeah. But it goes on, because then God says to Jeremiah, what do you see? And Jeremiah says, I see the rod of an almond tree, right? And God said, you have seen correctly. The next thing he asked Jeremiah, what do you see? He said, I see a pot boiling to the north, right? And the idea was, he said, and God said to Jeremiah, I will make haste to do that which you saw. Wait a minute. So you saying, God, I know you gave me the vision, but you're asking if I saw correctly. And then when Jeremiah goes back and talks to God, the reason why I brought that up is because we don't even know our power. So we play ourselves small. Because, like, we used to not being enough. Until you shift the way you see yourself. And the reason, once again, this is important is because when you heal, you are in a better position to be a blessing to somebody else. But if you're hurting, you're wounded. Y'all know those people that's at work, that's angry as all get out and meaner than a daggone rattlesnake, and you ain't did nothing to them. You don't know these people. They just your coworkers, but they nasty, and they nasty every day. I promise you that all of that is rooted in pain, because they can't get past seeing themselves. There you go. Thank you, said. I don't know why it's filtering your comment. That is ridiculous. It's the Bible. Okay. All right. You said that's a narcissist. Oh, you said that's a narcissist too, Carp? Oh, the person who's mean and angry? Okay. Well, it could be, or it just could be rooted in pain. I think we overuse the word narcissism. I think everybody thinks everybody is a narcissist nowadays. I promise. I'm not even making that up. I think everyone's like, oh no, they're a narcissist. I'm not saying that person's not a narcissist. I'm just saying I think the word is really overused. And sometimes there is emotional avoidance. People who avoid, they dismissive avoidance. That's what I meant to say. There are different type, but we label it all as narcissism. Like that's the new catchphrase for everything and everybody. You said that's a narcissist. Wait a minute, everyone has an amount of it. Yes. So people are angry and they're hurting, and you don't know what's really wrong with them, but it was because when they were kids, something happened to them and they just never trusted people, so they clap back. They always snapping at people. They nasty. You ask them if they want a cup of tea and they're like, no, and they got an attitude, and you're trying to figure out, like, well, what happened to you? Like, who did this to you? And they're like, nobody did it to me. This is just how I am. No, baby, that's absolutely horrible, and it's not a way to be if you want to be loved. But because they've been hurt so much, they don't even know how to interact, because they're afraid. They don't trust people. They don't trust that this process, that their lives can be better. They don't trust it. They don't trust people in general. And see, with that, you can't tell a person how to be. You can only show them, right? And that be, hold on, y'all. And that be, because I say, yeah. And that be's how we have to help them. But only when you're healed. Because when you're unhealed, we tend to clap back. I'm not talking to them. They disgusting. I hate the way they do this, and this. But when you heal, you pray for them. You don't fight with them. You pray for them. When you healed, you take a different approach. And so the whole idea behind your healing, you getting healed, is so you can then begin to show up the way that God intended for you to show up all along. And you don't have to be afraid of it anymore. Because now you done stitched up your wound, you got your life together, you're working on yourself. Now that you've poured into yourself and you see yourself differently, you can be a blessing to other people. Just kindness. Kindness. That's it. That's all. It's not even a puzzle. Kindness. But that don't come when you all hurt up and you licking your wound, you dressing your wound, you trying to treat it and put all the medication and putting Band-Aids over. You too busy trying to take care of yourself. You can't be a blessing to anybody else. I'm laughing because it confuses them. It does confuse them, but your freedom, when you are free, you end up ultimately helping them to be set free by the way that you carry yourself. People will, hey, is that my brother on here? I see you. How you doing, bro? Listen, G. Kennard, I see you, babe. Listen, so one of the things that jack people up or have people, coming to reassess their situation, one of the things is when they keep seeing you and seeing other people love on you, and they begin to witness how you're living, how everybody is drawn to you. You know why? Because you've been set free. I promise you that anybody that is unless they're in a very dark, demonic place, real talk, they're going to see that and want some of that. They're going to see that and want some. Because they see you free, and they're going to want to feel that same way, that same joy, that same peace, the same way that you do what it is that you do. They're going to wonder why people are drawn to you. And it's just simple, because I surrendered. Because I got tired of trying to do things my way. Because I took the time to heal my own heart. Because I took the time to look at what I was doing and how I played a role in my own life. That's the reason why I kept getting the results that I was getting. Because at first I was afraid, just like you. I was afraid to open up. I was afraid to let people in because it might be more hurt. It might be more of the same. I didn't know how to negotiate my way into having wonderful and beautiful relationships. I couldn't pour into other people because I wasn't even pouring into myself. It was the ways in which I saw myself. That's why I chose the people that I chose. It was because I didn't believe that I was even worthy of anything better than that. That was the real problem. It wasn't that people weren't peopling, because they were peopling the whole time. It was the choice of the people that were peopling that was the problem. That was what was wrong. And why didn't I see myself that way? And that don't lay at nobody else's doorstep. It's a mat right outside my door. Accept better. Become better. Pour into others, but first pour into yourself. No is a complete sentence. No to the people who are not in alignment with me, but yes to the people that are. Yes to the people who want to go higher. Yes to the people who have an elevated level of consciousness. Yes, because they are in alignment with the way that I live my life. They are God conscious people. Yes, those are the people that I want. That doesn't mean that they be in church every Sunday and they so saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy. Nah, go somewhere and go sit down. Everybody don't rock like that at first. We get there sometimes later because sanctification is a process, just like our healing is. And the more we heal, the more delivered we become, the more the people that are around us get delivered and healed as well. Right? But I can't set nobody free if I'm mad. If all I am is big bad all the time, then who am I helping? Right? My low self-worth meant that I needed to rewire the way that I see myself. Right? So the other ways, and I talk about this a lot, the other ways, hey, Julie P., I see you. Thank you for the rose. Don't compromise the integrity of your yes or no. Absolutely. Look, you already on top of it. People tell me all the time, wow, you changed. I said, no, I've been changed. You know what? You better say so, sis. You better say that, Scarlett. You better say it. But thank you, Essence. Thank you, baby. I see y'all. Y'all just love it up on me. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that so much. Right? Keep your promises to yourself. That's what you do. Keep your promises to yourself. You know how I keep telling y'all, and I'm talking about the gym? I always use the analogy of the gym. So when y'all get on here, y'all know y'all hear me talking about the gym all the time. Because it was a long time when I said, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go to the gym. And I was lying to myself. And then I built up like a wall, right? My boundary is top tier. I will forever love on me. I know that's right. You better say so. Hearts, yes, yes, yes. So I would always say that, but I was lying to myself. Because I never went to the gym. Like, I did, but I went sporadically. When I began to honor me, my life began to change. When I started doing what I said I was going to do, everything began to shift for me. I was actually proud of myself. And that's why I would get, I would go on, I tell this story all the time, but I would go in the gym and walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes and be like, girl, you a beast, you did that, in my head. I would do some of the machines, and I would take, my arms and my legs and all of this, and do my squats with the little weight. I'll be in there getting it. I'll be like, girl, I walk out the gym, I feel like $1,000,000, chest stuck out, head back and held high, like I don't climb Mount Everest. I'll be like, oh God, y'all don't even. I'll be so excited that I went to the gym. Of course, I walk more than 20 minutes, and of course, I'm always getting in my cardio, and and then I do the machines, and and then the weights, whatever. My point is, I'm honoring me. I'm honoring me. And when I honor me, it speaks volumes about how I feel about myself. But as long as I lie to myself, or try to convince myself that somebody is good for me that's not good for me, or that I should stay in a situation where I'm not being loved, that's ridiculous. I deserve so much more than that. And now I know it, and I can't do things that go against the very nature of what I know is the truth, right? I can't. Then once you know, you can't unknow. So you're not gonna dumb yourself down anymore. Is that like finding a purpose? Yes, it is kind of like that. It really is kind of like that, right? Because Julie, you said I'm still trying. For your purpose, is it for your purpose that you're still trying to find? I'm curious, because I feel like, and this is real talk, like, your purpose is tied to something that you do easily that other people can't do. I promise. You don't even know that other people really can't do it because it's so natural to you. I was just talking about Jeremiah chapter 1. Like, there's some things that you might feel a little intimidated by, but God has called you to something greater. And there's some things that we do that are just naturally, like, you could just do them. Like, you know how people can dance? They ain't never took a dance lesson before in their lives, or they just walk up to a piano and they could just play a piano as if they have been playing the piano for 30 years and they're only 12. But they have this gift that once they touch the keys, it's a melody that comes out of them. It's a natural thing that they do. And it's mind-blowing to a lot of people. It's like, well, where did you go to school, Juilliard? And it's like, no. This is the second time I've ever, first time or the second time I've ever played the piano. And it's mind-blowing, right? That's somewhere around your purpose. Hard to hone in on it, though. Brooks, I can help you with that. I can help you with that. I really can. That's a private conversation, but I can help you with that. The point in all of this is this. In order to rewire the brain and create new neural pathways, new neural pathways, right? That's what you want to do. You have to affirm who you are daily. Everything I do is for the family, but I don't have time for me. That's not true. That is absolutely not true, Julie. You just haven't made you a priority. And that's not the responsibility of anybody else. That's your responsibility. You have to find time for you, right? And that's the truth. I got lazy and gave up. Got lazy with what? What, Tanya? Y'all see my face? Got lazy with what? Start asking the Lord. Yep, there you go, Scarlett. Start praying about it. Scarlett, that is right on point. I'm telling you right now. That is absolutely on point. Yes, ma'am. Start praying. What you give up on? Hey, Moni, I see you. How are you? How you doing? Don't forget to get your daily heart me, my love. Yes. Because that's it. Pray. But sometimes people have a hard time like trying to center it. But if you pray, God begins to show you. And it very well might not be what you think it should be or you think it would be. It will blow your mind, right? Accepting things when I deserve better. You got lazy with that. I get tired of it. If I don't move, the family doesn't move. Okay. Okay, Julie. I won't remember this. I won't. Because by the time I get off this live, I'm not going to remember it. But can I tell you this? Let them figure it out. Whoever it is, whatever it is, let them figure it out. Don't handicap them. Don't clip their wings. Because you want them to learn how to fly. You want them to learn how to fly. And Tanya, accepting things when I deserve better. Baby, once you know, you're not going to do it like at that level anymore. You're going to stop it. Once you know what you know, my love. I'm serious about this thing here. Like, we have got to say what it is that we really truly want for our lives to become the very thing that we truly want. And that's the truth. I'm not making this up. So are you going to continue to accept that, Tanya? Good advice from me. Thank you, Daddy. Daddy D. Good at night, but okay. Moni, God bless. Glad to catch you. Oh, Moni, I appreciate that, sweetie. I'm glad you came in here. I am glad you came in, my love. I am. So we got to redefine our normal, right? Remember when I was talking earlier about being familiar with the dysfunction? So what now does normal look like? Oh my God, we have 100. I have not done the Kimmy Shimmy. Yes, 125K. Let's go. I'm gonna do the Kimmy Shimmy for y'all tonight. Wait, wait. Wait, we're gonna do the Kimmy Shimmy. Al. We did 125K. Al, y'all are so amazing. Y'all are amazing. Y'all got me over here cracking up. Y'all, when you know, you can't go back. You won't go back. Absolutely, Susie. And Julie, you can unhandicap them. You can unhandicap them. You know how, okay, so you know how men and women are different, because women nurture, men discipline. They don't necessarily discipline, but they deal with the kids in a different way, because not all men are disciplinarians. My father was not with me. He was with my brother, but he wasn't with me, right? So I'm masculine when I want to be feminine. Oh, girl, that you just said a whole word. You just said a whole word, Julie. You just said a whole word. I am in my pink girl era. I do not want to make all of the decisions anymore. I don't. Now, I can't dumb myself down and fall back and act like I don't know and be like, Ditsy, no. I've learned the stuff that I learned through going through the process. I thank you so much, and Lucas, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. But I can't go back. Like the only thing I'm just over, like, doing all of the things. I'm overdoing all of the things. And I wanted to say this to you about women being nurturers and making all of the decisions. It's a very masculine energy, especially when you have your husband and your husband is there. And in fact, it edges him right on out of the picture when we are being in our masculine energy and we can't figure out why they do some of the stuff that they do, because they don't feel like they're needed if you're making all of the decisions, which is masculine. And, right? And Michelle, bye. Okay, I see you, baby. And you ruling the roost, right? And nurturing everybody. Because a man will say, wait a minute, let him go on out there and figure it out. You don't keep, stop it. Thank you, Moni, for the rose. This is what'll happen. It'll be like, men of the yin to our yang. And when things are out of balance, it throws the whole relationship off. Right? It just all of us, right? And we don't even realize how much it affects us in a real way. We really don't realize it. And so the more masculine we become, and we begin to strip them of their power, their voice in the house, right? And we like, no, because you ain't gonna do it, because I asked you to take out the garbage 10 minutes ago, and he's like, babe, I'll take the garbage out later. And you're like, no, I want the garbage out now. Now he doesn't even get to say what time he take the garbage out. He's like, babe, I'm right in the middle of something, whatever it is, watching a game, whatever, I'll take the garbage out. And every time we have to nag him, we say to him, what you're actually saying is, I don't trust you going to do the right thing. We don't often realize that. And it's a slow, let me tell y'all something. The enemy don't come in roaring like a lion. The enemy comes in as gentle as a lamb. And the enemy begins to erode at the foundation that you started with God with. It only takes, like I said earlier, that fleeting thought. And if you let that thought take hold of you, right? Now all of a sudden you start spiraling downward. And it don't have to be anything too crazy at first. It's only one brick of negativity, and adding another brick of negativity to it in 2 days. It don't even have to be the next day. Or it doesn't even have to be the same day. You can rebuke it, but did you really? Is that really how you feel about yourself? And the enemy does not, I promise you. The enemy, oh, hi Lamar, thank you, salute. I'm blessed, I can't complain, right? He just comes in as gentle as a lamb. He really does. You'd be like, oh, look at the cute little sheep. Thank you, Lamar. I see you, babe. Thank you. Oh, that's so cute. You don't think much of it because it's very subtle. And that's why we always have to have the heart posture, and this is real talk, to ask God to help us to see what we miss, because we don't even really truly understand how that little thing, that little offense, that enemy flee today. I know that's right, Susie, what you say. I know that's right. Right? A wolf in sheep's clothing. And we don't always notice how those little minuscule little thoughts, if we don't capture them and rebuke them, they can change your entire dynamic in your relationship. That's why we always got to be praying together, because that's what strengthens us. And at first we don't look for that in a partner, but you need a partner that's going to be praying. The two of you are going to be praying together. And sometimes it's already done. You're already married. You're already in the relationship, whatever it is. You've been together for 30 years, whatever it is. But you can start something new to change the trajectory of your relationship if you want it to grow. Right? We rebuke that spirit in it. Absolutely, Moni. Absolutely. But it's unfortunate that we don't always in the heat of the moment understand that that's what we ought to do. What we're doing is, once again, we are trying to create new neural pathways to a healthier way of thinking and being about our God consciousness. So if you stay stuck in the thought processes that you're not enough, that the person is not enough, that if we are so familiar with dysfunction and we don't redefine our new normal, right? If we don't redefine what we want our lives to look like, in the chat, I'm here to engage and support good people. You dig? Thank you, Lamar. I see you. Thank you. A part of me has died in my relationship. And you know what? And God can resurrect it. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Y'all don't forget to get your daily heart me. If y'all in the room, just click on that little orange heart at the top there where it says 80 and just click and get your daily heart me, and that would support me. It's going to help me, but it also helps you because TikTok gives you participation points. Thank you, Lamarck. I appreciate you for sharing. I appreciate you for sharing. So we have to begin to understand that sometimes it doesn't matter how long we've been married, in a relationship, whatever. We gotta become unfamiliar with that level of dysfunction, and we have to redefine a new normal for our lives. We have to learn what healthy love and connection look like, right? Sometimes we learn through reading good books, other times coaching, or just healthy role models, people that are around you, right? You have to redefine what you want and you need in your life, right? Can I tell you that I know this to be true? Miss Kim, define what is a man's peace, please. That's interesting. What's his peace? I think that's subjective. I think that's... Oh, your phone keeps buffering. I think that's subjective. What's a man's peace? It's subjective. You have to know the man. You have to know the man. Because what some men come out the gate and how they feel like men, right? And I can't speak for all men. I'm not even trying. I don't even speak for all women. I mostly talk about myself. Hello, somebody. But, right, it's subjective, right? Knowing that he supported and respected by his family, that's it for some men. And other men come out the gate, and all men want respect and support, right? And they want to feel loved as well. But some men, their peace is just making sure that their family is okay. Sometimes that's all it is. As long as my family is good, I'm okay. I don't need much. I just need to make sure that my wife, my kids, whatever, are good. And that gives me peace in my heart and in my mind. And if he's not working, he loses his job, something happens, that's going to upset the whole apple cart, right? Because now he's going to be like, oh my God, I'm not in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing. It's a lot of brothers, right, that feel like that's the ticket for them. They only want to see their wives and their children okay. That's it. But Daddy D said, knowing that he's supported and respected by his family, that is awesome. That's it. Because I haven't met a man yet that said that they don't want to be respected and supported, right? Every man says respect. That's how you love me. Respect me, right? I mean, I haven't met one man, and I talk to a lot of guys in my business. I have not met one man who's ever said that respect wasn't the first thing on the agenda. Hey, Sequetta, I see you. How are you, my love? How you doing? Yes. So that's important. There's not a man anywhere, I think, that doesn't want to be respected and supported. And what that looks like, again, is subjective. Right? It may look different. Sometimes being supportive of them is allowing them to watch the basketball game uninterrupted, I promise. Or the football game. Right? Sometimes it's something so simple like I need you to allow me to have my space. And I'm not doing anything. I'm right here in my man cave doing what I do, whatever, right? It might just be that, right? And for them to feel supported in the things that they really like to do outside of taking care of the family, right? So sometimes it's just something simple as that, right? It's not. I don't know why it is mute in this comment. Yes, okay. Yeah, it is absolutely healthy. So here's my thing. Redefining the way that we see ourselves is the only way for us to be set free. Hey, Sweater, thank you, baby, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sweetheart. It's the only way to rework out who we are, what we want, and what we need for our lives, right? The other thing we need to do is we need to practice setting up and having boundaries around our lives, right? We have to create new habits, and then we have to protect these healthy habits and patterns, right? That's the only way to get to where it is that you really want to be. You have to build up strategy. Thank you, Peace, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you, sweetie. Thank you. Right? You have to legit work on what it is that you really truly want for your life. And then you have to create new healthy patterns to protect the boundaries and the strategies that you have in place for your own life. What it is that you want, how you want things to go, right? So you do that one step at a time. Can I tell you how to build up confidence within yourself real quick? Just do what you said you was going to do. It's as simple as that. Don't break what you implemented for yourself. There you go. There you go, Sad. Because once you say, this is what, oh, thank you. I'm grateful for you too, Susie D. I see you. Right? I am so grateful for each and every one of you. But thank you, Susie, because I'm grateful for you as well. I really think that it's so simple. Just start with one thing. Just start with one thing. Just one. You don't got to go crazy. Say, tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to the mall because it's probably hot wherever you living at. And I'm going to walk around the mall 3 times. I'm just going to walk 3 times and then do it. And every day that you do something like that, the next day it might be, I'm going to go out and sit on the beach or whatever, or wherever you live, or sit by the lake, whatever. And I'm going to read for a half an hour tomorrow. I'm just going to sit on the bench outside and read a book, right? I'm telling you, and then you follow through and do what you said you were going to do. You'll find out the more you do that, the more you honor yourself, the better that you'll feel about who you are and what you really want for your life. That's what you'll find out. You're going to find out, and every day you build on that, and you learn to honor what it is that you say that you want, right? Because a lot of times we don't say what we legit want. And when we say what we want, we don't do anything about it. But you will slowly build up your confidence, like every day, in who you are as you walk this walk. Because all I'm asking you to do is to honor you. And the more you honor you, the more you honor yourself, right? Yes, Essence, yes. You say, you know what? Okay, so I want to learn how to paint. I've been saying that. That's my own personal stuff. I'm going to take a painting class because I don't know how to paint. I can't draw, but I like painting for some odd reason. And I love beautiful floral. I can draw a little. I can draw flowers. That's all I can draw. Outside of that, I can't draw faces or anything. But I want to take a painting class. I've been saying this for years. So that's one of the things that I almost like have on my bucket list to do. It would be for me to begin this whole journey into learning how to paint on canvas, right? First paper and then canvas, right? And I'm not talking about just how they have the paint and sips and all of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really learning the art of colors, painting with the oils and the different mediums, and learning how to use the different brushes, because that's something I always wanted to do. So one day, I'm going to tell y'all, guess what? I started painting. I went and I signed up to take a painting class, blah, 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 because I love to paint. Now, it'll probably only be flowers because, again, I can't draw. But I want to learn the art of it. And I want to study it so much so that I become proficient in it. All it is me making up my mind. What do you want to do for you? That's the question. What's something that's going to benefit you to the point that you will be able to pour yourself into something that's important to you, something that you've always wanted to do, right? This is how you're realigning yourself with your own healing, this is what we call worth work. It's worth work. When you start to prioritize you, when you understand who you are and what you need in your own life, what you do is not contingent upon somebody else boosting you up. It is contingent upon you feeling better about you. So as you begin to do this, things begin to shift and change in your life. As you begin to honor you, you'll watch a significant change in the way you even view yourself. You're going to be building up self-confidence. You're going to be once again be able to trust yourself because you're no longer lying to yourself, or you're lying to yourself less frequently until you get better at it. Just pick one thing that you said you're going to do tomorrow, and make sure that you do that one thing. I don't care who calls you. I don't care, because everybody's urgency is not your emergency. No, this is what I said I was going to do for me. And then go and do what you need to do for you. Minus somebody getting a flat tire or something and need you to come immediately. Because there are some things that you will shift for. My point is, make sure that you find the time to do the things that you need to do for you. Right? Tomorrow. Hey, Rob, I see you. Tomorrow. Right? And it's important that it's really, that's how you, because part of the reason why we're not healed, we don't even trust ourselves enough to even get into another relationship, because we've been trusting ourselves, and every time we've done it wrong. We met the wrong person, or so we think, and we don't see the benefit in what happened in that relationship to be a lesson to us. So we begrudge that, but we're learning not to begrudge that anymore, because it doesn't serve us to begrudge the lessons that we learned. We're not angry. Like really wrap your head around not finding yourself being angry, right, about the lessons that you learned about yourself, because that relationship was a catalyst for you to begin to see yourself. That's why we ought not be angry. That's why I don't have time for anger. I just leave people alone. Like if you were violating and it don't line up, oh, okay, I see you. Okay. And then eventually I learned my lesson, because, I want to love on people because I'm very kind-hearted. And I'll keep trying to, and then I'll be like, well, wait a minute. I'll be like, wait. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. Everybody's urgency is not my emergency. That's right. And I'll be like, wait a minute, the math is not mathing. There's something wrong with this picture. Wait. Oh, I see. You've been treating me like a redheaded stepchild. Oh, you know what? I was so gung-ho about you. I just thought so much of you that I was giving you the king treatment. I was giving you my good friend treatment. And you was, I see now. I once was blind, but now I see. Right? And then you begin to operate, because I'm not going to unsee that. I saw you. I saw how you treated me. I saw the things you said and then the things you didn't say. I heard you. I heard what you said, but I also heard what you didn't say. I seen you. I seen all of it, and I'm very clear. I'm crystal clear now. You understand? When you get into alignment with yourself and you begin to trust yourself, you operate differently, period. You operate differently, period. Because you don't have time to be playing with people. You don't got time to be playing with people. And then you look for what honors you. Do you know what honors you? That's the question. We have to let people know we're not a doormat. Absolutely. Absolutely. Said he said. Absolutely. Because we're not. Leave the pain, but take the lesson. There you go, Moni. There you go. And if you keep getting mad every time you go through something, you're gonna suffocate in your own tears. Like, I'm serious. Like, stop getting mad. Just learn the lesson. Like, thank God for those people who taught you to come back home to yourself, that made you go into yourself. Is that Vincent? Hey, Vincent, I see you. How are you? Right? The only L you ever took was a lesson. It's the only L you've ever taken is a lesson. Yes. Yes, favored one. I leave the pain, learn the lesson. Absolutely. It is an imperative that you wrap your head around this so that you can wake up to a new version of you, so that you can make decisions that are rooted in what it is that you want and need for yourself, so that you don't have to keep lowballing yourself and accepting whatever it is that other people want to give you. That you begin to understand, no, this is what I need. And moreover, this is who I am. And it's unacceptable. Right? I only learned the lesson. You only learn the lesson? Okay. I always say that. Okay, I got it. I wasn't sure. Okay. You were talking back to said. Yeah. It is so very important. Slinger, I see you. You ain't said nothing in the comments. I see you tapping that screen. Well, it stopped giving me my wait a minute. It stopped giving me my my heart. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why it's doing that. I've been stuck at 125.3 for the longest. And I don't know why. Okay, I'm clicking on it because I want to see why is it doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm trying to see what it's going to do. It's been that way for everyone? Really? I wonder what's going on. Okay, it's 125.4 now because I tapped it out. But I just wanted to see that. See if it was going to ship 125.4. Now all of a sudden it's moving, but it hasn't moved in the last like 15 minutes. No, you have 100.7. How do you know? I don't even know that. It's not showing me. It's showing me 125K. I'm having a problem with settling. Yes, past 2 now. Okay, I didn't know that, Susie. I'm having a problem with settling. 101.2. Okay, on this side it says 125.4. What do you mean you're having a problem with settling? What do you mean, baby? Sky, I see you. What do you mean you having a problem with settling? Y'all don't forget to get your daily heart me. We got 26 people in the room. I don't know if everybody gave their daily heart me yet or not. It's 129.8 for you. I don't know how come it's doing this. I think you got to move that thing around, said. I think it'll pick up that it's, in the same spot. In my relationship, I feel like I'm settling due to comfort. Okay. And okay, so why do you feel like you're settling if you're comfortable, Sky? I'm curious. If you're comfortable, do they make you happy? I just move it around. Uh, I know I see it, but it's not tapping. It's not going up. I don't know what is wrong with this thing. There is no attraction or passion. Ah, got you. I got you. Rob, I see you. Rob is too funny. Rob is hilarious. I got you. Okay, there's no attraction or passion. Wow. Not anymore. Was there ever? Was there ever any passion or attraction? At the beginning, yes. What happened? What happened? Talk to me. Because if there was attraction or passion in the beginning, what happened to switch it, to turn it off for you? Hey, Mr. Rogers, I see you. Coming on up in here, I see you. At the beginning, yes, but what happened? What made you turn off? And this is so important because there comes a point when you know what it is. I know you are enough, baby. I know you are. I know you are. You better say so. You better say so, Mr. Rogers. He said, I am enough. I know that's right. I know that's right. Sky, you are not alone. I feel like once the honeymoon phase, it was just done, I turned off due to financials. Because they were unable to provide. This thing still ain't going up. I don't know what is going on here. You have to learn what your worth is, then you will not accept anything. I don't know if that's what's going on in this particular situation, though, Favored Mind. That's why I'm asking the question. You feel like once the honeymoon phase was over, I guess, it was just done. I turned off due to financials. So they weren't able to take care of you anymore financially. And the way she carried herself. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. It's more to that. It is so much more to that. I'm just being honest. Like, just wasn't on the same page anymore. That's what Brooke says. Okay. Okay. I'm finding myself looking at other people. Okay. Are you married, Sky? Not married. Okay. All right. Because you know people go through those phases and those stages in their relationships, honestly. It doesn't always stay at this heightened sense of passion and all this other stuff. But if you feel like the finances aren't there to be in a relationship, like, were you with them because of the finances? Because I'm curious. Because I'm curious about that. This thing really is not tapping out. Were you with them because of what they could do for you? Just curious. It's almost like she's a loving mother, one I never had. Sorry if that's weird. There's a lot of things that I don't, that don't have anything to do with me. I'm curious. So what happened, the financial thing? Why did that come into play? I don't understand. He said, thank you for my daily heart me. Thank you for sending it. I appreciate you. No, I'm not doing that today. Hi, Charlie's Angel. Thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. She would switch jobs all the time, constantly calling out sick. That turns me. Oh, okay. And you live together. You do not live together. Oh, you just see that they're not the same person that they were in the beginning. And you're not married. You really don't, you're really not asking me a question at all. Because you already know the answer. That's all I got. That's all I got. Anybody else before I get ready to hop off here? You already know the answer, baby. You know exactly what you need to do. No, don't be sorry, because you just walked me through, and you said everything you needed to say. You asked the question and you answered it. Some people will not ever get themselves together. They will stay exactly where they are. You just have to make sure that you're not enabling them to do that on your dime, waste your time, and they're not in alignment with what you truly want and you truly need. That's it. That is it. Hearts and Reach member level 11. Let's go. Let's go. You see what I'm saying? And that's anybody. That's anybody. Why? What are you doing exactly? What is it that you truly want? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Thank you so much. Good night all. So grateful to you. Susie, Susie, you are so amazing. You come in here all the time and you're just so supportive and loving and kind and genuine. And I appreciate you. I really do. And you have an awesome and amazing night, sis. Have a wonderful night. Yes. So sometimes we be knowing the answer, and I like to talk sometimes with my southern vernacular. We be knowing with the Brooklyn. I gotta throw the Brooklyn up in there. We be knowing what it is that's really going on, and we act like we don't, because then that means that we're gonna have to walk away from what we've kind of grown, kind of accustomed to. But the reality of the situation is you gotta go. And that's not because anybody else is telling you that. That's because you've come to the realization that that's what it is, even in your own life. Like, it's time for me to shift. It's time for me to shift. And in order for me to get to where it is that I want to be, I gotta shift my life. I don't like this. This is not working for me. It's not registering the taps. It is not. It's registering my taps, but it's not registering the other taps. What do y'all see? How many taps do y'all see now? It's moving. What is it up to? I was just tapped. Okay, it's 125.8, 127, 109. It's just doing whatever. 109.8, 125.3. Y'all all seeing something different. I see 125.8. That's crazy. It's time to wait a minute. I'm missing. It's time to wait a minute. Let me see. It's time to let go of what don't serve me. Fear of unknown. Gonna be okay with me. Absolutely, baby. Absolutely, heartsome. Like, your life is gonna change because you desire it to. It's like you need the strategy. You need the strategy for your life. What does it look like? What do you want? What are you not releasing to get to what it is that you want? Why are you holding on to that? It's time to let it go. So it requires a certain level of surrender. Surrendering the old you so that you can get to the new you. What is it that you really want? What do you want your life to look like? Right? So what we have to do, and you know what? Here's the truth. I didn't even get through all of this because we covered a lot, but I still didn't even get through the whole thing. I think I'm gonna have a part 3, shifting the heart and the mind. I'm gonna start there tomorrow. I gotta go. I have my, it's a lady. I told y'all I hang out with her. I love her so much. She is so sweet. She's like another mother to me. And she went with me to my family's barbecue yesterday. I picked up. So I said, Mom, you spend a night with me. And so she did. So she slept in my bed and I slept in here on my couch in my office, right? It turns into a queen size sofa, but I ain't pull it all out. I just laid on the couch and went to sleep. But anyway, I gotta run and take her home. She's been here all day. She is amazing. She is wonderful. When I tell you, she is 94 years old and my road dog. And I know y'all might think that that's weird, but I like hanging out with her more than I like hanging out with some of my girlfriends because I sit at her feet and her wisdom is amazing. And she tells me things. I just listen to her stories. But I go pick up and be like, Mom, where we going? Mom, you want to do this? What you want to do? I want to go to the casino. I said, okay, I don't even gamble. I take her wherever she want to go. Because that's my girl. And that's like, she's like another mother to me because y'all know I lost my mother in 2019. But before I lost my mother, I was taking her and my mother's other good friend and my mom on like the Circle Line in New York City, taking them out to dinner. I was taking them jokers everywhere. And I would be like, I'm out here hanging out with the Golden Girls, you know. And I just love older women because they drop so many jewels. My grandfather's Wow, Steelers, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. I love that. So she hung out with me last night till like 12:30. I don't think we came in the house until like 12:30, 12:45 last night because I helped clean up. But when I tell you, and congratulations and happy birthday to your grandfather. Wow, 103 years old. Oh my God, yeah, God bless him. That's awesome. That's awesome. 103 years of wisdom. You have it at your feet. Yeah, I know, I was gonna say that, yeah. Like you blessed. I would go and sit with him every day, like your pops. Like I would be sitting there. I would get it all, right? But I think it's something so amazing about sitting at the feet. For women, wise, older women who have been through some things that can help you. And for men to sit at the feet of older men who done did all the things, because they're not playing with you. They're gonna tell it to you straight with no chaser. And it's gonna bless you. Thank you, Black China, for the daily heart me. Thank you. And I think that is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I love her and I gotta take her home because I had her out all night last night. She's like, it's okay. And she was having a good time listening to the music and just having a good time. She was just having a good time. He tells you how to treat a woman. Wow. Why he tell you how to treat your wife? Right. Yeah, you better get it right, Steeler. Don't be out here playing in these streets. You better get it right. I know he be telling you how to Mac, right? Thank you, China. Thank you, China. I appreciate that, my love. Thank you. Yes. Tell you right. Don't get it twisted. How to treat your wife, right? Exactly. Right. Thank you for the confetti, sweetie. Listen, y'all, I'm about to drop off so I can go and take her home. But y'all are so amazing, and I appreciate y'all so very much for your support, for your love, and for your kindness, and for every tap that you tap. for every time that y'all put a comment in there, for everybody who sent heart me's and even the ones that didn't. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being a part of my life. Y'all have an awesome and amazing night. God bless you. I'll talk to you. You said no, don't go. What happened, Tanya? Oh, Black China, what happened? I'll be back tomorrow at 7. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, no, not 7, 7:30. I'm going to have to change my bio. It's going to be 7:30. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7:30. Y'all be blessed.